You've probably heard at least something on ChatGPT by now, especially if you're like me and you live on YouTube. In this video, I'm going to go over some super cool stuff of how ChatGPT can help your real estate business here in Ontario. We'll jump into the computer and I'll show you 9 ways that you can utilize this software optimally. Just quickly, I'm Callum Moore, eXp Realty real estate broker here in Ontario. And if you find these videos helpful, consider liking and subscribing. It means an absolute ton to me, but let's just dive right into the computer. Okay guys, we're just on my video flow checklist. Here's the 9 topics we're going to be discussing that I feel are the best for real estate agents, specifically here in Ontario, but basically around the world to a certain extent. This software is going to be fun. Always look to the chapters and the time codes below if you do need to skip around, but we'll try to move as fast as I can while being as efficient as I can. It's going to be a pretty fun one. Okay, at the beginning, just basically create your account. This link will be in the description below. They'll want your phone number, birth date, email address. They can basically ask for anything with this software they have these days. Note that the knowledge of ChatGPT is only updated at the time of this video until September 21st. So if you're looking for really relevant news, let's say if you are a YouTuber that does relevant content like yesterday type stuff, you obviously continue what you're doing for your research. This is a fantastic tool, all regardless of that factor. And I think it will eventually just be updated to being pretty close to the present. Basically, I want you to quickly just touch on this because we know you're not plagiarizing anything. You're not stealing any information. Everything you're doing, you are coupling with hopefully some real life experience, right? So you're using this as what I call a routine starter. Oh man, like routine starters are so valuable. Like I use routine starters, I use timed daily action, and I use tomorrow's action plan, RS. TDA and TAP. Consider this to be a routine starter, right? You have to send an email. Okay, maybe I quickly head over to ChatGPT. I type in something. It prompts something for me. I move faster. I take what I need from it. I make it my own. Use this as a routine starter. So valuable. Okay, let's get into the fun stuff. 1, I'm basically just going to be copying, pasting to make this go as fast as possible while you're still learning an absolute ton. Let's say responding to an email. This is what we're going to put into ChatGPT. Write me an email to a homeowner by the name of Stacy Miller, whatever the name is. I'm a real estate agent, and we just had a meeting to discuss me selling her home. The meeting went very well, and I want her to know that when she's ready to sell, that I'm confident I get the job done. And I also say, be extremely nice in the email. So basically, we're just going to be copying and pasting an absolute ton. This is ChatGPT. Once you create an account, you will be having new chats. We'll create 9 new chats throughout the course of this video, but let's just dive right into it. Basically, this is what we are prompting. And as you can see, it just starts filling out this email. Probably a pretty in-depth email, right? So when you go through this, just take from what you need from it. I hope this email finds you well. I want to take this moment to express my sincere gratitude for our meeting where we discussed selling your beautiful home. I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to work with you. This just goes on and on, right? So you can just, it's really, really good email. I've already, all this stuff I've kind of prompted to do just to make sure I can get through this video at not being 25 minutes long. But this is fantastic, right? But let's say, for instance, you do not want it to be that long, right? Of course, you don't want it to be that long, or you're taking pieces of it. Rewrite this in under 10 words. And I have a few extra prompts down there that you'll want to use as well. So basically, let's say, boom. Let's get it now to rewrite this a little smaller. Thank you for our recent meeting today. I'm thrilled to work with you. I'll handle the entire process with care, providing regular updates. And now you have it under 100 words, and you can do it those different prompts as many times as you like, right? So you can take, I have these prompts and I'll put all this stuff in the description below. Write this in under X amount of words, 100 for instance. Write this so a complete beginner will understand it. Rewrite this so a 6th grader, 5th grader, college student, you can change anything you like on that and it will rewrite it, refine it. But pretty cool in there for sure. 1, responding to an email. 2, brainstorming ideas. This cannot get better for brainstorming ideas. Holy smokes. Like sometimes even just like if you were just a person in a city, never mind being a real estate agent, you might even come to this for ideas of what to do for a day, for a weekend, something like that. But I have everything's just put your area, of course. What are the best things to do in Kitchener, Ontario for a group of people? I'm looking for something outdoors in the summertime that costs under $50 per person. Of course, in Kitchener, Waterloo, we could say during the wintertime, anything like that. Can you give me 5 ideas on what to do? Let's head straight over and we'll do new chats. We'll start new chats on all of these, which is just so they're all organized on the left-hand side there. Certainly. And it just starts going canoeing, hiking, cycling, picnicking, exploring the Kitchener Waterloo Art Gallery, right? So, and what you can do on these ones, because you're like, okay, the one that you like, for instance, right? So let's say expand on X, right? So we'll just type that in. Let's say we wanted to do, we'll go expand on, and then let's say the one thing we were coming close to was like exploring the Waterloo Art Gallery, right? If you want a little bit more information on that, and you can also, I'll show you one more thing you can do as well. Exploring art gallery, and it just gives you a ton more information on this. And of course, if you're writing scripts, right? So I'm going to mention this probably throughout this video a ton. YouTube, right? If you're a YouTuber like myself, I write a lot of scripts, right? So you can utilize this to gather information as your routine starter to make your own. Of course, everything you do, everything you put out there, make sure it is your own experience. Do not take these things and just post them as blogs or something like that. So I want to expand on, right? So, and maybe I'll wait for the next one, but you can go regenerate response. So even on that first, right? If you didn't like these 5, boom, regenerate response, utilize that as well. That's, when it comes to like brainstorming, there's so many fun things to do, right? So I'm starting a real estate business in Waterloo region as a brand new real estate agent. Can you give me 10 business names, business brand names under 15 characters, right? Let's see what comes up from this. We'll stay in the same chat for this, and we'll go down. Okay, cool. So let's say if you did want to have a brand, like myself, my business partner's brand is Best of Waterloo Region, right? So I mean, I remember the day I was brainstorming that. Him and I were in our office. We were just like brainstorming ideas. I had maybe 50 names written down just off the top of my head, just doing research. This can like speed up the process, can it? So let's say you're like, I really like, let's say Home Pro. I really like Home Pro, right? So let's say we want to go back and we want, give me 5 more names like, and then I'll just grab this first and I'll come back. Give me 5 more names like Home Pro. And see if it gives me Prop Star, Sale, Hive, House Ease, Prop Zone, Urban Nest. Okay, maybe that wasn't the best one, but you, of course, hit regenerate whenever you need. These names aren't the greatest, and you can change everything, right? So under 15 characters, maybe make it a little bit longer, but this is just fun stuff for brainstorming, isn't it? Because that was 2 seconds, and it's skipped a bunch of steps of me having to top of my head. How would you build this real estate business as a salesperson? Let's just go there, because that's like a question I get an absolute ton from a lot of people, right? So let's just see what it comes up with here. And I'm pretty sure if this is the same one, yeah, it gives you such just good fundamentals. Like, I couldn't believe they came up with some of these fundamentals, like develop a business plan, build a professional brand, establish a strong online presence, network strategically, develop effective marketing, provide exceptional service, continuously educate yourself, develop a strong work ethic, cultivate a positive reputation, stay adaptable and flexible. I think I might add consistency to this. Let's put, unless it did say that already. But like, oh my God, just like good, solid fundamentals, just like that, right? You could almost put this on your wall and just like follow it every single day and be an extremely successful real estate agent. Isn't that nuts? Okay, so that's brainstorming 2. Let's head into 3, list generation. So this is where it gets into the fun stuff where you're going to be making a YouTube video, right? Maybe you're going to be making something short form over on Instagram or even TikTok or Facebook. But let's say, can you give me top 10 reasons to move to Kitchener, right? And again, make this your own, but we'll do a new chat for this one. We're on to 3. And see what it comes up with. Affordable housing, strong economy, education hub, Kitchener, yeah, Wilfrid Laurier, or University of Waterloo, Wilfrid Laurier, quality of life, great healthcare, family friend, transportation, multicultural, amazing stuff. Regenerate this, put your own spin on it, make it your own. LTR mentions the LTR like crazy. This is like to a certain extent, and then you can expand on, right? So your family-friendly Kitchener, expand on, utilize those prompts if you want to take this as a topic or possibly start writing a script on this, because I'll kind of touch on this a bit later at the end of the video. But basically, and keep going. Can you give me the top 10 articles, right? Because now you want to make blogs, right? That to a certain extent was 1. Let's see what they say for a little bit more. if we want to make some blogs, or basically these blogs can be then converted into scripts, which can be converted into video. Why is Kitchener a great place for first-time home buyers? The benefits of investing in Kitchener's real estate market, condo market, how to sell your first home fast, like, and regenerate. And it gives you this little summary at the bottom as well. Great one there for sure. Let's keep one more. What is a good guide, right? So let's say one of those was downsizing. I didn't read it. I read it pretty fast, but let's say one of those was downsizing, or blog post. It'd be like how to downsize or something like that. Okay, here's exploring Kitchener's heritage home, a guide for home buyers. Okay, so let's say if it was decided to downsizers. Okay, what is a good guide to downsizing in Kitchener, Ontario? And it just gives you great stuff like access your needs, start by evaluating your current living situation, declutter, organize, plan your move, sell or donate items, get professional advice, prepare your new home, update your legal and financial matters, seek professional advice. Fantastic. Look at little stuff, instantaneous stuff there for list generation. And it will give you lists often, like without even just asking for lists, top 10, top 5s and stuff, but it's an amazing way. And people watch longer or read longer when things are numbered. I know I do. I love things being numbered. So, because I know like how long I'm going to be there for. Okay, what are the pros and cons? Another amazing one. Let's say, what are the pros and cons of living in Kitchener, Ontario, downtown, right? So let's go a little bit more niche instead of just all of Kitchener, Waterloo, right? So downtown, so convenience, perfect, vibrant culture and events, employment opportunities, recreational outdoor activities. Cons, though, noise, of course, cost of living, safety concerns, limited space, right? All the stuff just right there for you. All the stuff that we know, but it's just nice as far as a routine starter, isn't it? Like to get you going. Okay, this is fantastic. Now I'll put my own spin on it. And you'll probably repeat myself a million times on that throughout this video. Okay, let's say pros and cons. I'm deciding to focus real estate business on the niche of working with downsizers or working with first-time home buyers, right? You're just doing some research on your own. Let's say in this particular case, of course, you could turn this into, if you're helping other real estate agents, you could turn it into a blog, let's say, or a video. Let's say, okay, so pros, working with downsizers, established market. Okay, downsizing is a growing trend, of course, as more baby boomers, right? So fact, emotional connection, right? So downsizers often have an emotional connection to their current homes. And as they may have lived there for years, this can lead to more personalized and rewarding experience. Okay, I was going to say this is like more of a con, so more of a rewarding experience. Okay, higher transaction values, of course. We're hopefully you're selling and buying. Cons, longer sales cycle. Downsizers make it longer to make decisions. Perfect. Unique requirements. Downsizers specific requirements. Yep. Market fluctuation. Market downsize can, such as economic conditions. Down. Yeah, this one's not so much, right? That's why you're gonna see one, even a funny things later that I do. It's never, but that's why you're reading all this. Pros of working with first-time home buyers: high potential for repeat sales. Yes, excitement, enthusiasm, love it. Opportunity of education, potential for referrals, love it. Cons, lower budget, of course. Inexperience, that's for sure. Financial challenges. Yep. Okay, so right, awesome stuff right there. As far as like pros and cons, let's move on to 5, summarizing. Okay. Summarizing is pretty cool. So let's say you have a PDF, for instance, right? You can say, summarize this text. You copy and paste the entire text. Let's say, for instance, I love Ray Dalio, right? So I've followed Ray Dalio since 2017. There's certain people out there that are just going to be lifesavers for person, and everything's free, right? So you can get this online, principles, of course, buy his book. This is something about when you're reading a book, it's significantly better than reading a PDF, that's for sure. You take it to the beach, take it to wherever, and you just get into it. So I would suggest buying the book, that's for sure, but you can get everything for free from Ray Dalio. Let's say you take this text, or you can copy even more of it. I'm just going to try to go fast. And you can take this text and head back to ChatGPT. Let's go here and, or I'll go back and forth. Let's go summarize this text first, or I'll just type that in. And then let it summarize. That will be kind of like a short version, because you can take a whole chapter, right? So, and you can even ask ChatGPT to find it. I don't know how accurate it'll be. I have to read the whole thing. But let's say, for instance, you just told ChatGPT to do it, because Ray Dalio's book of principles, for instance, has been out there on the internet since he made it, right? So let's say we just ask, can you summarize the first chapter of the book Principles by Ray Dalio, right? So let's say we just head back and do that, and it will summarize it for you because I'm pretty sure it's out there. I'd have to read how accurate this is. And it does get pretty short. So that's a pretty short summary. And same thing, let's say if you have the downloaded version of another amazing book, of course, can you summarize the first chapter of the book Millionaire Real Estate Agent by Gary Keller? And again, copy and pasting from an actual PDF would probably be better, I have to assume, but you can do this as well. And you can find out if the chapter's out there just to get a bit of summary on it, stuff like that. Of course, buy the book, read the book, get the hard copy for sure. That's a pretty good book as well. And let's say you didn't. It was you've taken the whole chapter over, you've copy and pasted a whole chapter, you want it summarized, and it was still, because that principles book can get pretty in depth. Ray Dalio does this amazing thing where he does these videos online, and they're so broken down. Like, I bought the book for my niece, a type of thing. Like, he's such an amazing book, and he breaks it down so like a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, and me can understand it, type thing. I love simplicity, and he does this as well. So you can do this, summarize this text and make it understandable for a 12-year-old. Already kind of talked about that before. 6, quotes and studies. This is kind of a fun one, right? Can you find me 3 studies on pre-construction development in Ontario, Canada, and summarize each study? Let's see what ChatGPT does here for this little area, because pre-construction stuff like this, sometimes it's nice. And this kind of goes a little bit more with relevancy, right? So sometimes when you're trying to find studies, knowing that ChatGPT only goes back to 2021 September, you want to do your own research. As you can see here, 2019, right? It'll just be study on the first one, a study on the second one. I don't know how accurate these are just yet, right? Again, you would have to search this into Google. You would have to find out who wrote it, right? Give them credit, stuff like that. But sometimes this stuff as well can be utilized in videos and in scripts, in blogs and stuff like this, because it's nice to quote professionals that have done stuff, right? So this is a pretty cool one. Let's go right back and let's say find studies in Waterloo. Yeah, so this is a pretty cool one too, because you can want to make it just local to your area. So I know we have an amazing, thriving tech, basic tech business in Waterloo region, of course. And I kind of want studies. Again, don't know how accurate, but again, you get good information from these. The future of tech jobs in Waterloo region, study, tech industry outlook, Waterloo region, Ontario, 2021. Yeah, this is all really good. I can already tell that like it is exactly accurate to a certain extent, but you just got to make it your own words, and you're not officially quoting anyone, if you know what I mean, on these ones. But let's just officially find a good one. Can you find me 3 quotes but successful? Okay, we'll skip this one because I want to kind of make sure we get through this video and show you just a lot of the great stuff. This is an interesting one just to show you. Can you give me 3 quotes from famous people that visited Waterloo, Ontario? I put this one in here right now because I know Bill Gates, for instance, visited Waterloo region and just like had amazing things to say about it, right? But these, right? So these are not necessarily anyone's quotes, just so you know, right? Please note that these quotes are fictional and are generated by language model based on its understanding of the topic. They do not necessarily represent actual quotes from these individuals, right? So there's something to just know. Let's not trust this software 100%. We have to do more due diligence to make sure, because I'm pretty sure these are just all made up, because I did it earlier and it was 3 completely different ones, and one was like Michelle Obama. It was just random, right? It's just like what people could potentially say. I'm not positive. Somebody could have said some of this stuff, but you'd have to do your due diligence, right? I know on my last list there was a fact that they were all made up, and I didn't even get my Bill Gates one. That's 2 times doing it now. I haven't got my Bill Gates ones yet, which I know is accurate. Okay, on to 7. Role playing. Okay, so you can give ChatGPT a role, which is super cool. This, I've done this already. It's not like there's better ways to do this, but let's just say you're again, routine starter, just learning, just figuring out. I'm a real estate agent in Ontario, Canada, and you are interviewing me for the chance to sell your home. Please conduct a practice interview with me. Okay, sounds pretty cool. New chat. Let's see what comes up, right? And I've already done this, and they just ask a bunch of questions. It's not like they ask and wait for your return of answer. Of course, you can go through and answer all these and say,
say like, can you retort this possible answer? You can go so in depth, right? So there's a lot of questions here. And again, you could be like, I don't know what they're going to ask me, right? So you're like, I'm going to an interview. I have no idea what they're going to ask me. Look, here's a bunch of stuff that they possibly could be asking you, right? Here you go. Oh, did it answer? Oh, this time it answered too. Hilarious, because the next one is like answer. Can you tell me about my approach? It played you as well. Okay, so last time I did this, I guess it just does whatever. I'm a real estate agent and you were interviewing me. Last time it was just questions, because my next one down is like, can you answer these questions, please? So it did answer them as well. Look at this craziness, isn't it? It decided to do this prompt on its own. Maybe it's because I was on here last time and it knew I wanted to do that on my second time through. Oh, pretty wild stuff. Um, yeah, crazy. Building relationships with their clients crucial. Just and then you can take these answers and stuff and run with them and try to, or at least prepare yourself, right, of what you possibly could be getting questions asked. What are good answers to those questions? As you can see, that was the next one. That's funny. Okay, on to 8, explanation of concepts. Can you explain why a cap rate on a commercial property is important? You can ask it anything, stuff like that. Like if you're still in the Humber College real estate program, right? And why are these topics coming up that I don't really know, don't understand? This is one people talk to me all the time about on Sims 2. Head over to ChatGPT, new chat, and let's see. Let's see just how good their answer is. Cap rates is key financial metric used in commercial. And it even gives you some reasons down below. I didn't think it needed all that. Basically, it's calculated by dividing the net. Yep, it gives you, I'm going to do that next. The cap rate is expressed as a percentage, and investment valuation, cash flow analysis, risk management. This is almost like you could, like, this is great. You want to get a commercial real estate. You want to know exactly why. You want to help your potential buyers, sellers, right? You're just learning so much more, so much faster. Sometimes, like, you go through this Humber College real estate material if you're going through it, and it's not even close to some of this breakdown of specific topics, is it? So super cool one there. Let's have a quick look. Of course, it can do math for you, right? I'll just do this for 1 second. So if you're like, because these are math questions we're constantly getting, so boom, just does all the math for you. It finds out your exact cap rate, moves it over to a percentage as well. Gives you a little summary again down here. Pretty cool stuff for sure on that, as far as like explanation of concepts, because that will come up, or it comes up all the time, doesn't it? Okay, creative writing. Creative writing, not so much as real estate agent. We are facts, right? We are facts. We are learning. Being creative is amazing, but being creative in your own way of possibly marketing and stuff like that. Not so much like creative as in like writing a book, right? But you can make your prompts very detailed when you're doing creative writing, and like any of those prompts, you can make them extremely detailed. So I wrote this: write me a story where the main character is Callum, and he has an amazing YouTube channel, and he helps real estate agents all over the Ontario. He gets to meet like-minded people and do great business, even do great business with them. He's loved and he loves all of his YouTube supporters. Let me see what happens here, right? New chat, write me a story. Okay. And we wonder how Callum is a young and passionate real estate agent in Ontario, Canada. Hold on, I'm just going to scroll up. He has a knack for knowledge. Yes, I do have a knack for knowledge. Hold on, it's writing forever. Okay, I should stop. Knack for knowledge, real estate, always eager to share knowledge with others. Callum's passion for real estate beyond buying and selling properties. Fascinated by business. One day, Callum decided to create a YouTube channel. Callum's YouTube channel became hub for real estate agents in Ontario. As his channel grew, Callum started to receive invitations to speak at real estate conferences. Though his YouTube channel and speaking engagements, Callum met several like-minded real estate agents. Yes, this has happened. Callum's YouTube channel has continued to grow in popularity. Over time, Callum's business has flourished. Despite his success, he remains grounded. This is hilarious. And you can do this. It just basically wrote this whole thing for me. And again, that's more the creativity side. You're not going to need to do that type of stuff, but I wanted to show you as well that you're going to see stuff like that, books being written with detailed changes by ChatGPT and then by people eventually published. Crazy stuff here. Okay, guys, we'll see you at the computer.
I really hope that helped, guys. This is pretty fun software to say the least, and who knows where it goes from here. There's so many ways to be successful utilizing ChatGPT, but in my opinion, the way to optimize this is to couple it with video content, ideally here on YouTube. You can utilize it as a routine starter to create content, to make blog posts, for instance. Myself and my partner are ranking first for reasons to move to Kitchener, which is a huge keyword to rank for, and this blog will generate us a couple leads a year. But this video on YouTube, the same content but put into video with well-placed CTAs and good SEO, will generate us a couple good leads a month. And a YouTube lead is a different type of lead, to say the least. The people, if you're being yourself in these videos, the people that reach out to you have probably watched 2, 3, sometimes 10 of your videos. At that point, they feel like they know you, the heavy lifting is done, and then it's just, let's get to business. If you're interested in YouTube and growing a YouTube channel for yourself, I talk on ChatGPT, building scripts, utilizing it as routine starters. My YouTube real estate brand and lead mastery course is in the description below. It goes from A to Z on how I've built 2 of the biggest YouTube channels in the real estate space here in Ontario, Canada. That link in the description below is also a value link for the YouTube family for the time being. Or better yet, if you're looking to change brokerages, or you're just starting out and you're looking for a brokerage to join, I'm with eXp Realty. Everyone that joins us gets everything for free. We are the on-agent crew here in Ontario. You get access to all of our training, tools, and support absolutely free. Your success at this brokerage is now our success. Give yourself that edge, give yourself that head start to build on or grow your real estate business here in Ontario. You can book a completely confidential eXp discovery meeting with myself in the description below as well. If you have any questions on that or just want to connect with me, you can DM, email, comment on this video. I get back to everyone. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Callum Moore, eXp Realty real estate broker here in Ontario, and we'll see you in the next one.